as well. I didn't know that pets got depressed, but they do, and Gain has been to see a family whose pet is really down in the dumps. So much so that they wrote to our dog expert Jan Fennell for help.
I thought while I was here I'd get in a spot of exercise because I'm at Ian and Louise Duckett's gym and they've written to Jan. Their letter reads, "Dear Jan, we have an adorable Staffordshire Bull Terrier called Meg, who is 4 years old. We own a gym and fitness centre in Morley where Meg has spent nearly every day since she was 8 weeks old. She gets constant attention, not to mention plenty of treats. But since the arrival of our daughter nearly a year ago, she's become more difficult. She sulks unbelievably, sitting with her ears back, shaking like a battered dog if something doesn't suit her. She bites at her front legs until they're sore to gain our attention, or chases her tail until you stop her. She really is a lovely dog, but she just doesn't seem happy at the moment. What can we do? Any suggestions?" Louise, what's the worst thing that Meg really does?
The sulking.
And did this really start after your little girl Molly was born?
Yes, more so. She's been more difficult with me since Molly's been born, because obviously I don't have as much time and attention. I used to walk her a lot, and she was quite obedient for me. She would do as she was told, but now it's so difficult.
Why did you feel you needed Jan's help?
I feel that she's not as herself. I don't think she's been as happy since Molly's come along. Even though I still give her as much attention, she's still my girl. You know, I still take her out, I still look after her. A lot of the members look after her as well. You know, she's very spoiled, I would say, but the sulking and the chewing of her feet.
I mean, does she chew them till they're sore? Or?
Yeah. The underneath side of her paw, sometimes she'll take all the fur off completely, just make really sore patches. And it just seems like an irritated, and there's absolutely nothing medically wrong with her. And she just does it, as I say, as a habit. And we often find, you know, if people are sort of making a fuss of Molly, she does it all the more.
What do you hope Jan will do for Meg?
I hope she'll seem more settled. I think it's that she seems unsettled. As I say, I think she thinks she's got her nose pushed out. I know dogs sort of have this pack thing and they like to think they're the leader of the pack. And I think now she thinks she's at the bottom of the pile. So I hope that Jan can sort of make her a bit happy, really.
Oh, so do we. Well, find out how Jan gets on with Meg in part 2. And well, we've met poor little Meg, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, who's very confused and rather depressed. Is Molly the new arrival in the family the cause of it all, or is it something else? Well, our dog expert Jan Fennell is just the person to sort out this kind of problem, because she not only listens to the owners, she knows how to listen to the dog.
Now, with this little girl, I've got a feeling I know exactly what's wrong. For most dogs, they get information wrong from a few people. For this little lady, there's dozens getting it wrong. So let's go cure her. Hi. Hi.
Hello, I've not met you.
No, Ian, nice to meet you, Jan. And this is our problem, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Norm. People come in, she goes straight to them, jumps up for affection, and they look down and they say, "Hello, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Good to see you."
Yeah, well, you've just missed a good case there, really, with somebody bringing her in a milky bar. You know, people come and give her treats and the rest of it. I always say she's not really my dog, she's everybody's dog. You know, she has so many friends.
I'm glad you said that. Now, you're seeing it that way on. What I see is a little dog that hasn't just got a family to look after, she's got loads of people to look after.
Yes.
I must say, she's a lovely staffie.
Yeah.
This is a breed that gets such a bad press, and so wrongly, because in the main they are one of the nicest breeds you could ever wish for. So, what we need to do is change the way everybody treats her when they come in. Because you see, what's going to happen here is the dog will take on the responsibility for everybody it believes it must. Now, this makes her a very powerful dog. Trouble is, she's a powerful dog with no control over her subordinates. Can you imagine a situation where you're in charge, but everybody does what they like? I mean, it's like with her, she's in charge at home as far as she's concerned. She's in charge here. But nobody ever listens to her. You go out. Did she give you permission? No.
No wonder she sulks.
Of course she does. You know, I mean, in they come, out they go, with neither so much of a by your leave. What a dog would like, if, when the leader is to have all their charges together. She's responsible for them all. And she's got a patrol in here. I mean, they come to work out, and she's got to check they're doing it all right.
Oh, she does, yeah. She does
Of course.
She does the rounds on an evening, yeah.
But if they come in that door, And the first thing they do is pay her homage. Yes, Your Majesty, before we come in the gym, never mind you. You're just part of the furniture. They come in and they pay her respect. That's where, sadly, she gets the wrong information. For most dogs, you see, that's just 1 or 2 people in the household. It could be 5 or 6. But here, she's got hundreds. The dog should be beneath everybody, so her attitude can be that. Not a care in the world, instead of everybody being her responsibility. Yeah? So see somebody coming, she's got to go through the ritual. She must put them in her place. Now, if that lady's ignored her, brilliantly, both ignored her. You see, she stood there, she's come back, that's fine. That was how it should be done. That was perfect. Now, she's come to you, you're going to speak to me, she's come to me. Nobody looks at her, it sounds cruel, it isn't. Take the job off her.
It's not sort of how we've looked at it before, really. So we've always thought of her, included her as part of the family. Wherever we've gone, she's always been sort of part of the family. And you sort of think that they understand what we're trying to do.
It's always the way. If you understand what they're doing, what they're thinking, it's easier to do something about it. And believe me, it took them many years to teach me.
Right.
It took them a lot of years to teach me what they were, you know, to make me listen to them.
You tend to think as well with Staffordshires, a lot of people say as well, oh, you just can't train them, they're just stupid. You know what I mean? They're stupid, but that it's probably back there that they're very intelligent. They know their own mind in a lot of ways, and so they don't want to do what you want them to do necessarily.
You've actually said it. You've given them the job of leader, and then you, a mere subordinate, come on the scene and say, do what I say. Her answer is, on your bike.
Another thing she does, not only to myself but to you know, some of the members, is if I went out the door at the bottom there, for instance, and came back in, she'd just bound up to me, grab hold of my trainers, and no matter what I do, I can't get her off.
Well, you know, you've dared to go out of the premises without her permission, and you've got to be shown that was naughty.
Right.
You see, remember, she's got to look after you. Don't underestimate these sulks. They're not sulks, they're time out. If you're taken on board so much, when she takes herself off, it's because she can take no more. And, you know, we all have time outs when you think, you know, you're worried about something. Can you imagine doing your best, teaching somebody how to use this machinery who doesn't speak a word of English? You'd be struggling. And especially if they weren't listening to you and went about, and you would say, no, don't do that, please don't do that, oh, you don't understand me. In the end, you say, oh, I give up, and you walk away. But she can't give up because you're her babies. She's trying to walk away from a situation, but she can't, because you're her pack, and she's got to look after you. So no matter how confusing her babies are, or her charges are, or how stressful her life is, she's going to keep on doing it. She's going to keep on doing her best. And not being understood. What we want now for her is gentle information. So at home, starts with you. When you come in, ignore her, give her that peace. Good practice at home. Then when you come here, get all your clients to do the same. So what we need is a big notice on that door. You know, everybody who loves Meg, please ignore her. And then as it progresses on, she will give up the job. She'll see she hasn't got to worry about these people, and she'll be as relaxed as Molly. All right. That relaxed.
Yeah, little Molly with her foot sticking up on her crown.
She was a gem, an absolute gem.
Gorgeous little girl. Well, the thing that obviously was the case there, and it was interesting to see, that you were called in by Meg's owners because they thought she was feeling left out because she wasn't getting enough attention because the new baby had come along, and you actually saw it to be exactly the opposite problem. She was getting too much attention.
Yeah, what happens is the dog will take on, as we've said before, the job that you give it. And the more people that pay it homage, it feels, well, I'm above you because you've given me the homage, so I must be responsible for you. So with Meg, you see, she didn't just have the owners and Molly, she also had all these people that were coming in and using the gym. So, you know,
and you were actually concerned about the biting is that a sign of a serious problem?
It leads to it because I actually worked with one that was wearing a hood, a Elizabethan hood, you know, when they stopped them biting, and also being drugged up. And in fact, while I was there with that dog, we were able to take those off. You see, it's the equivalent of a human being, not just biting their nails, but actually mutilating themselves. It kicks in the natural endorphins, the morphine. You know, we all have it. All living creatures have it. And it helps the dog to cope. And it's just a coping mechanism.
But this is something that if your dog's doing it, you should really be asking for some kind of advice and help about, What about the situation, though, with the new baby? Because there was a change in Meg's behaviour when Molly came along, wasn't there?
And you see, a baby should be a joy to the whole family, dog included. And if you keep calm and bring the baby in, don't sort of hide it, you know, don't make a big thing of it. Everything with the dog is more matter of fact, the more they can cope. But you see, for little Meg, what she had was Molly to look after as well. So she had the 2 of them, which was bad enough. Now she had 3 at home. Do you see what I mean?
So this was adding to the stress?
Just adding to the stress. It wasn't that she didn't love Molly, because given half the chance, well, even not even half the chance, you know, a baby and a dog is a joy to watch. Given the right information, she'll be fine. Yeah. And Molly will just be happy too.
Have you been in contact with them since? How's she getting on?
Yeah, it's going really, really well.
And are they doing the thing with the sign so that everybody's now walking in? It must be very hard to do, because your instinct is to go up and pet the dog, isn't it?
I think this is it. People often say to me, you know, it's so difficult for me, but when they realise why they're doing it, it's for the dog's benefit and theirs, because they don't have a pain in the butt for a dog, and they have a joy. But it is easy.
Jan, thanks very much. See you
You're
again
very
next
welcome.
week.